It's day after Memorial Day. I'm making a video. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm just going to make a blog post video about home office. I got a job, full-time job, working at a retail operation, selling car parts, our auto parts, and so that's actually a very good way to get experience in retail sales. Sales is a good, very valuable skill. It's the most, sales is the highest paying profession on earth. If you get really good at sales, making deals, serving people, you'll be successful in life. And so you want to do that in your home office as well. The one kind of bad thing about it is I don't get a lot of time to work in my home office, work on my projects that I got going, my business plan. So, but you have to be persistent. One thing, probably a good idea is to not watch very much TV. I like watching TV, and I work on not watching TV. I work on, I'm either right now I'm kind of working on a second edition to the Holistic Home Office book, and I'm kind of almost thinking about just rewriting out it's turning into a whole entirely different book, so I may do some other, and so that's what I'm working on right now, and it's going really slow. I do like a chapter each weekend. I go through a chapter each weekend. It's going to take a long time to get this done because it's a big project. Writing a book is a big project, and having to do it, 1 or 2 days a week is, not much, because there's other things I got to do too. Another thing I've been thinking about this morning is taking care of yourself, meditation, my prayers and meditation I do every morning and every evening, and then I haven't been doing the Qigong very much lately, and that's really a very good exercise. It's a good physical exercise, even though I get lots of exercise at work, packing around batteries and things like that, you getting some exercise. But, it'd be a good thing to do my Qigong. I like doing Qigong, and because it's a good exercise, and it's kind of a spiritual exercise. You're exercising not only your physical self, but also your Qi, Qigong. And so then there's taking good care of that, and eating a good, eating the right food. Good, healthy, natural, whole food is a good part of a holistic home office. The first thing you got to do is take care of yourself. Make sure you're healthy, and work on that, and spend some time every day, working on yourself, your spirituality. I love Baha'u'llah, and I hope and believe he is who he says he is, and that's what I believe. And but I also do Qigong, and I do whatever, I have a very eclectic worldview. I've studied just about every major religion on the planet. There's a few I haven't been very interested in, but mostly I've studied all the, I'm kind of a monotheistic. I don't like getting into paganism or anything like that, but I like to read like Islam and Hinduism and Buddhism, even though I believe Hinduism is one true religion of God. It's a true religion of God. And Krishna is a manifestation of God, just like Jesus or Baha'u'llah. And they're divine teachers. And, that's the most important part of life, is your faith. And, and so faith is a part of human consciousness. It's the most important part of human consciousness. You got to take care of that first and last. and everything in between. That's the most important thing. And then your family, you got to take good care of your family. Is Family values is that's part of being civilized human beings. God created man as male and female, and they get married and they have kids and they raise the kids, and it's a family, and that's really it's going to be that way forever. As long as the human race exists on this planet, there's going to be families, and you got to take care of them. You got to, they don't. There's a part of it that is kind of natural and just happens automatically, but mostly it's something that you have to do intentionally and consciously. You have to pay attention and raise your kids and teach your kids. No matter what, even if they go to school and you got great schools, you still have to teach your kids values that no person can do that. The parents are the primary teachers of every human being on earth. And if one of the parents dies or something like that, then you're going to have to compensate for that. But for most part, you got to have a husband, a mother and a father, and the mother and the father, even before the baby's born, the presence, of the mother and father is vital for every human being. The way the mother, the neurotransmitters and the hormones and the whole recipe in the mother's womb when the baby is born is affected by the presence or absence or whatever the father is doing, is affecting the mother, which is affecting the baby. And then the child is born, and that influence of the mother and father on the child, and vice versa too. The child is affecting the mother and father also, and that whole relationship of the family is it's the most important. Other than spirituality, it's the most important feature of human nature, and you have to nurture it on purpose. And it doesn't just happen automatically. It does happen automatically, but the part that you add to that is vital, important. You have to do it, and because otherwise the family disintegrates, and when the family disintegrates, the civilization disintegrates. So we have to take care of that, and eat the right food. We are what we eat. So eat good food, eat healthy food. That's the next thing, is that whole exercise and eating right. And so you want to keep doing that, is eat natural whole food, take care of your family, pray to God, ask for help, ask for forgiveness and help, in everything, in every part of your life. And then there's your career. What are you going to do to earn a living? You have to do something, no matter what you are. Even if you're rich, and you inherited millions of dollars and you don't really need to work, you have to work to be healthy. Not working is not healthy. You have to be productive. Everybody needs to be productive. We all need to work together and help each other, and the whole economy is being transformed. I've been thinking a lot about, I'm kind of an American patriot, and I like the American way, the whole philosophy, that classical liberal philosophy that people talked about, when they created the United States. And I like that philosophy, and I know one thing I don't like is bullies. I don't care what kind of bullies they are. It could be a CEO of a company or some dictator or whatever, any kind of bullies I don't like. But getting, this whole working together is something I've been trying to figure out. Okay, how does that work with capitalism? It's kind of like everybody's competing with everybody, which is kind of true. It's natural. I mean, you look out at a forest and all the plants and animals are competing with each other for survival and all that, and it's very natural, you know. But civilization is a little bit different, because where you get everybody intentionally, consciously cooperating with each other and working together, you know, instead of competing with each other. And there's going to be probably some form of competition, you know, but getting the whole entire human race to work together as one team is something that's never happened in history, you know. And that's kind of like the primary purpose of the Baha'u'llah and the Baha'i faith. The revelation of Baha'u'llah is to unite the human race, every nation, race, and religion, into one universal and divine civilization. That's what's kind of coming up next. That's what's going on right now. We're seeing it, we're witnessing it right, and it's happening as we speak. You know, the United Nations is the richest, greatest civilization in human history. Nothing even comes close to comparing to it. Not even the United States in the 20th century, you know, which was bigger than anything that ever came before that, you know. But it's this really cool, it's a great civilization, and it's not perfect. There's going to be, you know, progress and setbacks and all kinds of history, you know, human history, the way it goes. But it's already in the process, you know. That whole World War One and World War Two in the 20th century and all that, and going to space and everything, it was just one episode. And now we have the United Nations, and it's growing pains, and it's what it's going through and coming together, and you mix capitalism with the communism, and you get something entirely different, you know. It's going to be a kind of a combination of those two main, you know, and a lot of other ideas and philosophies, you know, where people cooperate with each other. You know, what about private property? I like private property. I think private property is a good thing. And Baha'u'llah talks about what you should do with your private property when you die. You know, your will, write a will and transmit it to your family and all that. So it's private property, is at least until the next manifestation of God appears. Private property is a good thing. And so, but how far does that extend, though? See, that's the thing. The means of production, you know, your own little private property, like your house, may not be the same as a big corporation where people work. You know, my idea for corporations is that it should be the people that work for the corporation own it, and they control it, and they vote, and they elect leaders, and you've got at least 9 leaders. There's no one leader. There's no CEO. And there's like a council that meets and consults, you know, and they pray to God and ask God what's, you know, and then they consult with each other and do what's best for the whole company. And each company would be governed like that. And then the nations, I don't even know if there will be nations, but right now we have nations, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with nations, you know, but they all work together. They're not like hostile towards each other. They work together, and we create this universal and divine civilization. And what your business is going to be in that is up to you, because different people are going to have different tastes. You know, information is really easy. You can transmit it all around the world. And so that's one good thing about what I'm doing. But if you're selling some like food or anything like that, you know, solid product, then you're going to have to figure out how to transmit it. That's where these transport companies like FedEx and UPS come in handy. You know, use them, you know, cooperate with the big business. So my 15-minute schedule thing is coming up, so I guess I'll let that, you know, end at that point. It's, you know, it's like I said, I just didn't know what I was going to talk about, but it's a great day, and thanks for listening, and have a great day.